This is the book of Mark, chapter 13, verse 20. And except that the Lord has shortened those days, no flesh should be saved. But for the elect's sake, whom he hath chosen, he hath shortened the days. Shalom, shalom. Before I begin this lesson, all praise, honor, and glory goes to Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi, Bahashem Yahawashi. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops, a great millstone that rule well. And peace and blessings be multiplied on all you brethren, teaching his word in all sincerity and in truth. Shalom to the whole for the elect. It's Brother Dama Agabar here with another lesson, Lord willing to edify through the spirit and power of Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi. And all right, and the water Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi for the elect's sake, these days are being shortened because, under the rulership of the so-called white man, who are biblically known as the Edomites, we are being slow killed in this society. From the air to the food to the chemicals in the water, from the heavy chemicals and the drugs and the food, from the heavy plastic bombardment, we're being slowly killed in this society each and every day. And, even if you're eating organic, you're still being destroyed here in this wicked and awful society because this is not our rest. And this place is definitely destroying us on all levels, physically, mentally, spiritually, This place is just the valley of the shadow of death, as the Bible prophesied. But the water to Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi that, the Lord is speeding up the times, and we are about to be exiled and delivered and receive our salvation from under the rulership of Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. All right, because I was reading this article here, and it says, alarming report, plastic chemicals causing infertility, diabetes found widespread in common food items. And you see, and this is not just some random occurrence. This is not happening on accident. These things are being done with an intentional purpose to, slow kill society and the population, and to, ultimately destroy each and every person on this planet Earth, because Esau Edom has a depopulation program. All right. And he can't just come out and just massively kill millions of people as he wants to do, according to his Georgia Guidestones, according to the plan of these global elites to so-called reduce carbon and to reduce the amount of people on his population. He can't just come out and just kill 20 million people because it'll be too obvious. So he uses gradualism and slow kill tactics to, destroy people mentally, spiritually, and physically, And these plastic chemicals and all the other chemicals have more than just for infertility and diabetes effects. They have cognitive decline. They, cause all type of sicknesses and diseases, which are slow killing the people. And then on top of that, they have a predatory medical system to where when you are sick and you are affected by the diseases that they're causing you to have, when you're affected by their pollutants and their chemicals and their heavy plastics and barium oxide and chemtrails and, all other sicknesses, they'll have you go to their medical field to where they'll poison you with chemicals and pharmakia and drugs and pharmaceuticals, which further enhance your sickness, but also create other sicknesses. All right. So I'm going to read some of this article, drop a couple of precepts and get out of here, man. But hey, this is why our people should be praying for a hastening salvation and deliverance out of Babylon the Great. All right. It says, Salaki, hold on. Salaki. It says, Salaki. Put your pants on and wash your hands. Don't ask me for nothing. Wait till I'm done my video. Get over here. wash your hands. Down my video, you can have some. Lock it, man. It says, by the time you open a container of yogurt, the food has taken a long journey to. Let me get to the point. No, let me read that. It says, by the time you open a container of yogurt, the food has taken a long journey to reach your spoon. You may have some idea of that journey, from cow to processing to packaging to store shelves, but at each step there is a chance for a little something extra to sneak in, a stowaway of sorts that shouldn't be there. The unexpected ingredient is something called a plasticizer, a chemical used to make plastic more flexible and durable. Today, plasticizers, the most common of which are called phthalates, show up inside almost all of us, right along with other chemicals found in plastic, including bisphenols such as BPA. These have been linked to a long list of health concerns, even at very low levels. Consumer Reports has investigated bisphenols and phthalates in food and food packaging a few times over the past 25 years. In our new test, we checked a wider variety of foods to see how much of the chemicals Americans actually consume. The answer, quite a lot. Our test of nearly 100 foods found that despite growing evidence of potential health threats, bisphenols and phthalates remain widespread in our food. The findings on phthalates are particularly concerning. We found them in almost every food we tested, often at high levels. The levels did not depend on packaging type, and no one particular type of food, say dairy products or prepared meals, was more likely than any other to have them. For example, we found high levels in, among other products, Del Monte sliced peaches, chicken of sea pink salmon, Fairlife Core Power high-protein chocolate milkshakes, Yoplait Original French vanilla low-fat yogurt, and several fast foods, including Wendy's crispy chicken nuggets, a Chipotle burrito, and a Burger King Whopper with cheese. Organic products were just as problematic. In fact, the highest phthalate levels were found in a can of Annie's organic cheesy ravioli. You see, so it's a bombardment of poisoning in the food, man. You see, so you're constantly being bombarded with sickness, with things that cause you to deteriorate, and you're just constantly being under attack here under this man's society. Now, in a righteous society, these things wouldn't exist. All right, you wouldn't be eating, having forever chemicals and plastics inside of your bloodstream. People and disease and diabetes and high blood pressure and blood and heart disease wouldn't exist in a righteous society, because all food would be natural and organic, and it will be free of pesticides and tampering and these type of potential deathly hazards, man. You see, and that's why everything that you eat here is deteriorating you. It's having a negative effect on your, every food that you eat here is having a negative effect on your body. And this is why we call Esau Edom, the so-called white man, the devil that the Bible speaks of, the wicked, all right, the harbinger of death. You see, and everybody's being slow killed here in this society. So even if you are eating organic, you're still being jacked up. You're still being poisoned. You're still being fed foods that have negative effect on your health. You see, and this is why, let me get this, man. This is why we pray for a fast deliverance out of Babylon the Great. This is Isaiah 51:14. It says, the captive exile hasteneth that he may be loosed, and that he should not die in the pit, nor that his bread should fail. You see? And this is why when you understand that we're in captivity under this so-called white man, hey, you pray to the Most High to deliver us, to get us the hell up out of here. All right, because we are in a pit, and the word pit means a system. We're in this system of America to where, on every level you're being lied to, you're being corrupted. And in this case, your food is totally destroying you, and it's filled with chemicals and additives and aborted baby fetuses and all type of bullshit, that should not be fit for human consumption. Even the FDA, they allow a certain amount of bug parts and bug shit and rat feces to be allowed inside of food, as long as it doesn't reach a certain amount of poison, but it's still poison at the end of the day. You see, and this is why we're praying for a few days, and that why we thank Yahawah that these days are being shortened so that we can be delivered from this hellhole. Because in our kingdom, we're not going to eat poison food. We're going to eat real, organic, natural food, which is untampered, uncorrupted, It's going to come from the natural source, right from the earth, not filled with chemicals, not being sprayed with a carcinogenic, bug repellent that, destroys your health from the moment that you eat it. We're not going to poison the air. We're not going to put chemicals in the water to turn the frogs gay and to, destroy men's testosterone and raise women's estrogen, or even put chemicals in food that make the woman more masculine and the man more feminine. See, this is all things that we're dealing with in this man's wicked ass society. All right. Let me get to the point because I don't want to make this too long. It says that tells us that as widespread as these chemicals are, there are always ways to reduce how much is in our food, says James E. Rogers, PhD, who oversees product safety testing at CR. Read more about how CR tests foods for phthalates and bisphenols. The trouble is there are so many ways these chemicals enter our food. Early efforts to limit exposure to them focused on packaging, but it is now clear that phthalates in particular can also get in from the plastic in the tubing, conveyor belt, and gloves used during food processing, and even enter directly into meat and produce via contaminated water and soil. So this whole goddamn place is contaminated, man. Anybody thinking that America is the kingdom of heaven and that this place is great, you're a fucking idiot. All right. And you don't know just how wicked this place truly is. This is Micah 2:10. It says, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. You see, this is not the kingdom of heaven. This is not a place where much righteousness and truth and honesty abide, man. Everything that you eat, everything that you partake in this society, man, is utterly corrupted and wicked. It's not as it seems, It says, because it is polluted, it shall destroy you even with the sword destruction. And on this level, the food is destroying everybody with a sword destruction. This is why sicknesses are so rampant. This is why people are so goddamn crazy. People are out of their minds. People are morbidly obese here in America, and it has 100% to do with the ingredients that are in the food that are not fit for consumption in a lot of different countries around the world. But here in America, the food regulators are all in on the agenda to destroy and to fatten and to, negatively affect all you people that consume it, man. And that's why none of you jakes that are in the truth should be consuming fast food, like that. Now, I'm not saying, of course, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. But for the most part, 90% of your diet, man, you should be cooking at home, man. Now, we know that everything is fucked up here, but eat the best of the worst, man. Cook your food at home. Don't go to these fast food restaurants, especially fucking McDonald's or Burger King or Wendy's or these major American fast food chains, because that's not real food that you're consuming. All that food is processed. All that food is contaminated. All that food is being given unto you with the agenda of the elites to totally destroy you and to make you morbidly obese and ultimately to have you addicted to the chemicals in the food. You see? It says, let me see something. It says there are few regulations restricting the use of these chemicals in food production, especially here in America. They don't give a fuck about you people. All right. The food and, the regulators, they're all in on it. It says use of these chemicals in food production or requiring that manufacturers test foods for them. But our guide can help you learn how plasticizers get into your food, how to reduce your exposure, and how key, and that's cool to do that things. But ultimately, we just need Yahawashi to return. And this society needs to be utterly destroyed and obliterated off of the face of the earth because it's destructive. All right, let me get to the point. Where's the other shit I want? Right here. Is this it? Let me see. It says the problem with classic chemicals, bisphenols and phthalates in our food are concerning for several reasons. To start, growing research shows that they are endocrine disruptors, which mean that they can interfere with the production and regulation of estrogen and other hormones, which is why a lot of these people are morbidly obese, because their hormones and their estrogen levels are out of whack. People are crazy. People are not functioning on a normal level. They're imbalanced on every level, man. You see? It says even minor disruption of hormone levels can contribute to an increased risk of several health problems, including diabetes, which is why everybody is fat as shit, obesity, cardiovascular disease, heart disease, certain cancers, birth defects, premature birth, neurodevelopmental disorders, and infertility. And everybody is suffering on on some level on all of these things, man, especially the average American whose diet consists of fast food on a regular basis. They don't work out. They don't exercise. They don't drink a lot of water. They just drink soda and all this sugar and all this bullshit because ultimately they're addicted to it. You wonder why you see so many morbidly obese people. You see people drinking soda and they can't stop. Is because ultimately they're addicted. They're like crackheads to the sugar and the chemicals in these foods because they consume them on such a regular basis. Is that their mind crave these things even when they don't even when they want to try to stop, they can't stop. They're like Pookie, man. It just keeps calling them and calling them. You see, and that's not how food is supposed to react with the human body, man. You see, but these things are being done intentionally. Genetically modified organisms are a creation and a plot of the Esau, Edom, the white man, the devil, to fuck you people up, man. It says these problems typically develop slowly. See, like I said, it's a gradual process. It's a slow kill. Sometimes over decades, says Philip Landrigan, medical doctor, a pediatrician, and the director of the program for global public health and the common good at Boston College. Unlike a plane crash where everyone dies at once, the people who die from these die over many years. See, it's a slow kill. You know, and you top that with these medications and these pills and, you know, they try to lose weight. They do these things and do these things. It's just a constant bombardment of death upon everybody. It says, and concern is that with plastic so ubiquitous in food and elsewhere, and ubiquitous means all over the place, it's everywhere, okay? The chemicals can't be completely avoided. And though the human body is pretty good at eliminating bisphenols and phthalates from our systems, our constant exposure to them means that they enter our blood and tissue almost as quickly as they're eliminated. So it's just bombardment, man. It's a literal fucking slow kill. You can't tell me that this man is not the devil. You know how you know he's the devil? Because he can ban these certain substances and do things to where these type of chemicals and these processes can be totally banned and be illegal, but he does not do it. He allows them to happen because he knows exactly the effect that they're having on everybody that's being exposed to this shit, man. It says, and plasticizers in particular can easily leach out of plastic and other materials. In addition, the chemicals' harmful effects may be cumulative, so steady exposure to even small amounts over time could increase risk health. And it makes it difficult to trace any particular bad health outcome, say a heart attack or breast cancer, to chemicals. And it makes it hard for regulators to set a limit for what is considered safe for any food. As a first step, the key is to determine how widespread the chemicals are in our food supply. Then we can develop, but they're not going to do that because this is what they want. All right. And this is why, this place just utterly needs to be totally destroyed. And the so-called white man needs to be taken out of rulership. All right. Because he's not going to stop. And he's going to continue to do these things because he wants to destroy you people, man. And this is part of the curses of Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi on you, Jake. Watch this. This is Deuteronomy chapter 28. Verse 58, and if thou wilt not observe to do all the words of this law that are written in this book, that thou mayest fear this glorious and fearful name, Yahawah thy power, then Yahawah will make thy plagues wonderful, and the plagues of thy seed, even great plagues, and of long continuance, and sore sicknesses, and of long continuance. You see? And part of the way that the Lord is bringing these plagues upon us is by Esau, Edom, being in captivity under this damn devil. You see, and being subject to this bullshit. You see, and this is why Jake leads the league in all manner of heart disease, diabetes, cancer, you name it, high blood pressure, gout. You see, because part of our punishment was having to be here under the Esau Edom and be exposed to these different chemicals and GMOs and the poison in the food. Because prior to that, when we were, in the good graces of Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi and in our own land, we had control over our food. All right. We didn't eat food laced with chemicals. We ate organic food. We had a land Sabbath. We had a strict dietary law to where if we abide by that, we have long life and longevity and blessings. And we wouldn't have to. Let me get this. It says, moreover, he will bring upon thee all the diseases of Egypt, which thou was afraid of, and they shall cleave unto thee. 61. Also, every sickness and every plague which is not written in the book of this law, then will Yahawah bring upon thee till thou be destroyed. And you can't say that this ain't happening to us here in Babylon, the great America. All these plagues Jake leads the league in. All these sicknesses our people are constantly being faced with. You see, and this is why We constantly say that, hey, we just need salvation and we need Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi, man. And what does it say here? Ezekiel 4:16. And 13 it says, and Yahweh said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whither I will drive them. And we're driven in the hands of the ultimate Gentile, Esau, Edom. And look at what he's doing unto us, man. All right. He is destroying us. He is poisoning us. He's killing us slowly, man. With all of these different bullshit and these different chemicals and this fake, false food that's not really safe for human consumption. But it's all part of our judgment and our punishment under Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi. But like I said, hey, the bright side is that the Lord is speeding up these days. Our salvation is drawing nigh. And Esau is about to be taken out of the way. And we're going to be saved and delivered from our enemies. And, hey, we'll be, back under the good graces and in our own land and have control over our own food and all manner of industry and business. And we'll know where our food is coming from and where our water is pure. And the air will be clean and we'll be delivered from the hands of this damn devil, man. But in the meantime, hey, this is more reason to pray to Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi to hasten the times and get us the hell up out of here. Because we're all being killed, even though we're in this truth, the Lord is raising us back up. Hey, we're still being affected by this bullshit. And none of us are operating at our full potential, man. Hey, we're a microcosm of what we truly can be. And as long as we're here, man, we're going to be faced with this bullshit, with this slow kill. And, we're going to be, constantly groaning, man. And, being, polluted under this damn devil, Esau, Edom, man. So, hey, this further proves this man's the devil that the Bible speaks of. But our salvation is drawing nigh. Hey, our change is coming. And we'll be at rest and we'll be at peace from our enemies in the time to come, man. So with that, Lord willing, this was edifying. I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi. To the next one, shalom.